Cloud. All right, good evening. My name is Sharon Brewer,
And I am Diane Hummel.
and we've created this presentation about creating an environment to support cognitive development, specifically in the preschool classroom. So our first slide that we're going to start off is about classroom design. And my screen decided to stop moving. Oh, there we go. So in our classroom, we are going to have a design that is warm and inviting for the children. Our shelves are low, they're labeled so that the children can easily access them. They can see the toys that they're getting. They know where they go back to. Our areas are defined by what we call learning or interest areas so that we have different areas if within the classroom. There are clear expectations in the classroom about how the classroom works with classroom rules so that all the children know and understand the expectations. There is space for the children to work in various areas, whether that be at a table or on the floor. We also like to save the children's work. So there's places where we can put it off to the side so they can come back and work at it at a different time. Because as we know, we go throughout our day, sometimes we have to stop what we're doing. So it's always nice to give the children a place to put their work so they can come back to it later. Plenty of materials for all the children in the classroom. We're going to make sure that we have adequate materials so that the number of children in that area can all participate in whatever that activity is. But then also having a place where children can work alone, where they can be by themselves, and then areas where they can obviously cooperate and work with others. I want them to have a lot of hands-on experience where they're really figuring out things and problem solving with their hands. They're going to be using some direction cards so that they can see how to do different things in the centers, in the different learning areas, follow directions using those picture cards. The areas in the classroom are going to be kind of separated depending on whether they're noisy centers or they're quiet centers. So we're going to kind of put together the quiet centers and put together those noisy centers so the children can play purposely in each of those areas. There's plenty of opportunity for responsibilities in the classrooms as the children do help clean up. So, we're putting on a cleanup song and we're asking the children to help put the toys away with us, which, kind of brings a sense of belonging and community to the children because we're teaching them to take care of it and teaching them how nice it is to have a clean classroom where everyone can play. Next, we have a perspective from the child. So what are the children looking for when they walk into the classroom? What do they see? So we want them to have something that's fun and inviting. When they look in and they walk into the classroom, they're excited to come to school for that day. But also having places that are soft and cozy. If they're just having a moment where they want to be by themselves or they're just kind of in a sad mood or they just want to cozy up and cuddle with something, there's those places too. Again, a place they can be alone, a place they can be with others. They have lots of opportunities depending on their mood, but also stimulation without being overstimulated. There's bright colors, but not too many colors. A place that's happy, but isn't too busy that they're overstimulated and overwhelmed by the things that are in the room. We're also going to have a space that's large enough so that all the children can move around freely in that space and explore it around them. And again, that there's enough toys for everyone to have a toy, to be able to participate with that toy. So there aren't any arguments among the children about sharing toys. And so we're learning those things as well. With those areas, we have our specific interest areas. These can sometimes vary from classroom to classroom, but typically you will see blocks, dramatic play, toys and games, art, library, discovery, or a science kind of center, sand and water, music and movement. Cooking and technology are probably the two that might be ones that are intermixed or rotated out a little bit more frequently. Those will take a little bit more hands-on teacher direction. So the other interest areas are definitely going to be built into the classroom all the time. But again, those interest areas have materials in them that are developmentally appropriate for the children, that are materials that are improving and increasing those cognitive skills that we're looking to enhance. The toys are rotated out frequently so the children aren't bored. And again, we're putting in an adequate amount of material so that each child can have a material and be able to play with it with the other children in that center. And then we also have varying materials for different abilities. So depending on what the child might be working on, if they need a little bit more help with their fine motor skills, a great example is the knob puzzles that will help them put those pieces in a little better. They're still able to participate with the puzzle activities, but it's varied slightly so that they can do it a little bit easier if they need some extra help. Varying writing utensils depending on the thickness or the length will help those children develop those fine motor skills as well. Having a different variety of books, whether those be board books for some children who might struggle with book handling skills yet, and then some books that are paper books that are a little bit more, they have to be gentle with. Having carpet squares or chairs or wobble seats. So if there's a child who's very wiggly and can't seem to sit still, that they have a place that they can be on and sit on so they're able to focus a little bit more and participate during our group times. And then also having those fidgets available for them to be able to do something with their fingers so that when we are trying to do a group time where we're having children participate and they're sitting a little bit longer than they're used to, that they're able to have something in their hands so that they can hopefully persist in that attention a little bit longer.
So as we know, all preschool children have strong emotions and they have a need for problem solving. And in order for them to develop their cognitive skills, they need to have their social emotional skills addressed as well. So a part of a classroom should be strategies for those children to be able to express those strong emotions and to problem solve with their peers. So some examples for that are the social emotional CEFL solution cards, a motion check-in board, a social emotional curriculum, modeling of self-regulation, and even things like a peace talk area. So a social emotional curriculum there's very many of them out there, but one that's that I am familiar with is Second Step. And Second Step is a research-based social emotional curriculum that helps children learn how to express their emotions. It teaches them how to communicate with other people in their classroom and work out some problem solving skills. It teaches them to recognize what their emotions are and that it's okay to have strong emotions. You yourself, you have strong emotions. Everybody has strong emotions. Everybody has their way of dealing with things throughout the day. Preschool classrooms can be hard on a teacher, to say the least, throughout the day. There's so many different things going on, and it's important for you to let the children know that you have emotions as well. So let them see you have emotions, and sometimes they are strong, sometimes they are not. But for them to recognize that, hey, she has the same emotions or he has the same emotions that I have, it's important for them to know that. So let them see those strong emotions, but while you have those emotions, modeling the skills that they could use to take a deep breath and be able to go back and play with their friends. So using self-talk, tell them, I am feeling really upset right now because, and give them the reason why you're upset. Model counting for them. You know, I just got to take a deep breath and I have to count to 10. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and doing it out loud so that they can see you use those strategies. And even modeling relaxation strategies, like just taking a moment to sit down on the floor and breathe, or stretch up to the ceiling and stretch out your body and then release your breath. Let them see you do those practices. The CEFL solution cards from the Center on the Social and Emotional Foundations for Children is a great strategies to use in the classroom. It teaches the children how to be problem solvers. It teaches them how to use that card to interact with their peers, whether it's the share card or ask nicely or get a teacher. All of those things help them to problem solve throughout a struggle that they're having with another peer in the classroom. Emotional check-in boards. These are super important for children to be able to express how they're feeling when they arrive at the classroom, and to say, hey, I'm feeling really sad today, or I'm feeling a little angry. I didn't get to watch the TV show that I wanted to watch today before I came to school. but to also then be able to go back to that board throughout the day and be able to change that emotion. Maybe they came in feeling sad and now they're happy, or they came in feeling scared and now they're angry. Children have so many emotions throughout the day, so we don't want it to be, you know, just a one and done kind of thing. If their emotion changes, we want to let them come back to that emotion board and have a check-in. And the peace table. The peace table is a great strategy for children to be able to go to and talk through what they're feeling with each other. Maybe they both want the same toy. So be able to talk through that and say, you know, come up with a strategy. Maybe they need the teacher there at first guiding that, but by the middle of the year, typically they are able to go to that peace table on their own and talk through what's going on within them. So these are the resources that we use for our slideshow. Is the Creative Curriculum Teaching Strategies Gold, Second Step, and the Center on the Social Emotional Foundations for Children. Thank you for participating in our mini training today, and have a good evening.
Thank you.